Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take your sources, your notes, all that research, and really boil it down to the key insights.
Exactly. We want to give you that shortcut, make you incredibly well-informed, fast.
And today, we've got a topic that might sound, well, pretty niche at first glance.
Yeah, it might seem that way.
But trust us, it's actually a really fascinating window into some much bigger global economic shifts.
That's right. So today's deep dive, it's all about the global pizza forming machine market.
Pizza forming machines, okay.
Yeah, and the source material we're working from is basically excerpts from a detailed market forecast report. So we have solid numbers, projections. It paints a pretty surprising picture.
Okay, let's unpack this then. So the mission here is to uncover, the growth, the regional differences in this very specific industry. It's like a shortcut, isn't it, to understanding this hidden corner of the global economy. How something like pizza making reflects these huge underlying trends.
Absolutely. And what's really striking right off the bat is just the sheer scale and the consistent growth for a market that, let's be honest, most of us probably don't even think about.
Right. Never crossed my mind.
So globally, back in 2021, this market was already worth over $1 billion.
$1 billion for pizza machines?
Yeah, 1,075.31 million to be exact. And it's projected to climb pretty significantly. They're forecasting almost $1.4 billion by 2025.
Okay.
And then looking further out, an estimated $2.37 billion by 2033.
Wow.
Which works out to a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of 6.8%. That's really solid.
Yeah, for something so specialized, 6.8%. That's more than just steady growth. It signals something bigger, right? Like widespread adoption.
Exactly. It's a clear signal.
Okay, so here's where you said it gets really interesting. This growth, it's not the same everywhere?
Not at all. The global trend is strong, yeah, but when you slice it up by region, you get very different stories playing out.
Okay, let's slice it up then. How does North America kick things off in this global pizza machine race?
Right. North America, obviously a major player. Its market value was around $421.52 million in 2021.
Okay.
And that's projected to more than double, actually, to about $871.44 million by 2033.
Doubling. Nice.
Yeah, with a CAGR of 6.27%. Pretty solid.
And within North America?
Yeah.
The U.S., Canada, Mexico.
So the U.S. naturally leads the way. It grew from about $287 million to a projected $566 million plus. Steady expansion there. Canada also, contributes quite a bit. Its market's also set to more than double, hitting nearly $217 million. Slightly higher CAGR than the U.S., actually at 6.76%.
Okay.
But the one that really jumps out in North America is Mexico.
Oh, how so?
Just really robust performance. It surged from about $35 million in 2021 to a forecast of $88 million by 2033.
That's a big jump.
It is, and that's an impressive 7.96% CAGR, almost 8%.
Wow. So what does that tell us?
Well, it strongly suggests, a rapidly modernizing food service sector there, expanding fast.
Interesting. So strong growth across North America, but Mexico really accelerating. Okay, how does Europe stack up against that, with its deep food history? Are they automating pizza making at the same pace?
Europe's also showing impressive expansion. Its revenue grew from around $306 million in 2021 to an expected $649 million, roughly, by 2033. So that works out to a 6.46% CAGR, actually slightly higher overall than North America's.
Huh, okay. Any particular countries driving that?
Yeah, definitely. The UK, for instance, really stood out. Grew from $62.5 million to nearly $148 million. That's a 7.44% CAGR.
That's quite strong for the UK.
Very strong. Germany and France also saw solid gains. Germany's market more than doubled to $110 million. France hit almost $86 million.
Right. And what about Italy, the home of pizza?
Italy. Interestingly, a more modest growth, 5.01% CAGR.
Only 5%. That's lower than the others.
It is. It might suggest, maybe a more mature market, perhaps less room for really aggressive automation compared to some others, or maybe more traditional methods holding strong.
Could be cultural factors, yeah. Fascinating. Definitely. And then you have the rest of Europe segment, so lots of smaller countries grouped together. Surprisingly, that segment recorded a stronger CAGR, 7.24%.
So growth opportunities beyond the big players there.
Seems like it, yeah. Places like Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland also showing steady, if slightly slower, growth around 5 to 5.5%.
Okay, that's a detailed picture for Europe.
Yeah.
A bit more varied than North America, perhaps. But you mentioned one region really emerged as the leader, the biggest mover.
Oh, absolutely. That would be Asia Pacific. It just Well, it stole the show, really.
Okay, lay the numbers on us.
Right. So Asia-Pacific surged from about $205 million in 2021 to over $500 million projected by 2033. That's $523 million. And it achieved the highest regional CAGR globally, an incredible 8.07%.
8% across the whole region. Who's driving that? China, I assume.
China played a huge role, yes, as you'd expect. Its market grew from roughly $75 million to over $210 million. Strong 8.80% CAGR there.
Big numbers. Massive. But, and this is maybe the biggest aha moment in the whole report.
Okay.
India posted the fastest national growth anywhere in the world.
Faster than China.
Faster than China, faster than anyone. Its market for these machines jumped from just under $22 million to $68 million. That's a CAGR of 9.86%, almost 10% year on year.
Wow, nearly 10%. That's phenomenal. What's behind that?
It signals so much, doesn't it? It's not just about pizza. It's about rapid urbanization, a rising middle class, and just this incredibly swift adoption of modern food service technology across India.
Yeah, it tells you where the consumer economy is really exploding.
Exactly. It's a huge indicator. Beyond India and China, you also saw Japan expanding substantially to $90 million, South Korea up to $61 million. So automation is strong in those established economies, too. Australia, Southeast Asia, all showing good growth, around 6.8 to 7.5% CAGR. Even smaller markets like Singapore and Taiwan are seeing meaningful growth.
So Asia-Pacific is really the powerhouse here, led by that incredible Indian growth. Okay, what about the rest of the world? South America, Middle East, Africa, are they part of this trend too?
Absolutely. They're definitely catching the wave, though maybe at slightly different speeds. Let's take South America.
Okay.
Market there expanded from about $56 million in 2021 to nearly $128 million projected for 2033. That's a robust 7.05% CAGR.
Pretty strong. Any standouts?
Brazil has the largest share, growing to over $58 million. But countries like Colombia and Peru actually showed even higher growth rates, both over 8% CAGR.
Over 8%. Wow. So similar to Mexico, really pushing towards automation.
Exactly. It indicates a significant push there. Then the Middle East followed closely behind South America in terms of growth rate.
Okay.
Grew from roughly $49.5 million to $116 million by 2033. That's a 7.36% CAGR.
Also very solid.
Yeah, and Saudi Arabia really stood out there. An 8.02% CAGR, hitting over $48 million, seems like significant investment in modern food infrastructure.
Yeah.
The UAE and Turkey also saw strong momentum, both over 7% CAGR.
And Africa.
Africa's market expanded from about $36.5 million to just over $80 million by 2033. So growing at a steady 6.41% CAGR.
Still growing, but maybe a bit slower than some other regions.
A bit slower, yeah, but steady.
Yeah.
South Africa leads the continent, projected to reach about $27.7 million. But Nigeria and the rest of Africa's segment are close behind, both growing around 6.85%. So it signifies, the slow but definite embrace of automation. Huge long-term potential there, obviously.
Oh, so we've gone around the globe, North America, Europe, the huge growth in Asia-Pacific, especially India, then South America, Middle East, Africa, all showing growth, some faster than others. If we zoom out now, look at it from 30,000 feet. What's the big picture? It can't just be about pizza machines, can it?
No, definitely not. I mean, connecting all these dots, it becomes really clear how vital efficiency and consistency are becoming in food service everywhere.
Right.
This data, even from this, seemingly small market, points to a massive global trend, the relentless march towards automation in food preparation.
It really highlights the different speeds, doesn't it? How different economies are adopting it.
Exactly. And the impact of that growing global middle class demanding more convenience, more consistency, and, well, maybe just more pizza.
Oh, yeah, probably that too.
But fundamentally, it's about the demand for speed, efficiency, cost-effectiveness. That's the engine driving this growth.
Right.
Businesses are investing in the tech to scale up.
It's truly eye-opening, isn't it? How looking closely at something so specific, like a pizza forming machine, reveals these huge, dynamic global shifts. It points straight towards broader trends, automation, changing food habits, how emerging economies are using tech to modernize.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it, what other hidden markets, these niche areas, are experiencing this kind of explosive growth right under our noses?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It really drives home the point that even seemingly small segments can tell these incredibly powerful economic stories and signal big opportunities.
So just think about it. Given these numbers we've just discussed, imagine the sheer volume of pizzas being churned out daily. and how automation is fundamentally reshaping not just the food industry, but maybe our whole global food scene.
It's quite something.
So we'll leave you with this thought. What's one industry you might have thought was kind of stagnant or just ticking along that maybe, just maybe, is secretly booming like this? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know that perfect, consistent slice of pizza you grab from your favorite chain? Ever wondered how they make thousands just like it, perfectly uniform, every single day? Well, today we're peeling back the curtain on maybe an unsung hero of the food industry, the global pizza forming machine market. When I first stumbled upon this topic, I thought, machines for pizza, how complex can that be? Turns out it's a fascinating world, high-tech automation that really touches every part of our pizza experience. Our source material today, it's packed with some really eye-opening insights from cognitive market research. And our mission for this deep dive is to basically extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from these sources, give you a shortcut, really, to understanding the, well, surprising forces shaping how those consistent, delicious slices make it to your table. So what does this all mean for the future of our favorite comfort food? Let's unpack this.
Okay, so to really get why these machines have become so, well, indispensable, we have to start with the basics, the forces fueling their growth.
What's driving this seemingly niche market, making it worth billions?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it, how directly it connects to our everyday lives. The growth, it's primarily propelled by the increasing global demand for pizza and fast food, especially in our rapidly expanding urban centers. I mean, think about it. The massive expansion of quick service restaurants.
Yeah.
Your big pizza chains, fast casual places, plus casual dining chains, and of course the huge rise of home delivery services. All of this has created this enormous urgent need for automated solutions. These machines are absolutely vital because they don't just streamline, they kind of revolutionize the whole dough prep process, dramatically enhancing production efficiency. We're talking scale that was frankly unimaginable just a few decades ago.
Right. And beyond just sheer speed, what's the real game changer these machines bring to a business? Is it just consistency, or are there other, maybe less obvious benefits changing how big chains operate?
You've hit on it exactly. Consistency. Pizza forming machines are incredibly valuable precisely because they ensure consistent dough thickness, size, and shape. And this isn't just about making pizzas look nice, It's crucial for maintaining brand integrity. It also drastically reduces food waste from misshapen dough and ensures a uniform cooking experience for the customer. That directly impacts repeat business, right?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this automation drastically cuts down on labor dependency and significantly speeds up output. That makes these machines pretty much indispensable in high-volume commercial kitchens and major food manufacturing units.
Okay, and it's not just the restaurants or delivery places.
Yeah.
We've seen a huge rise in ready-to-bake and frozen pizzas in grocery stores, too. That must put even more pressure on producers to have these high-capacity machines, yeah.
Absolutely. That consumer trend, towards convenient, ready-to-bake and frozen pizza, it directly encourages the big producers to adopt these high-capacity forming machines. I mean, to meet the consistent high-volume demand that supermarket aisles represent, they need machines capable of continuous, precise output. It's non-negotiable at that scale.
So, okay, we've seen the incredible demand pushing this market forward, but like with any innovation, there have got to be hurdles. What are the major roadblocks for adopting these cutting-edge pizza machines, especially for the smaller players?
That raises a really important question about accessibility, doesn't it? Despite all the efficiency benefits, a major restraint is definitely the high initial capital investment required and the ongoing maintenance costs. We're talking specialized machinery here, precision components, plus all the R&D that goes into them. These expenses, they often make it really difficult, sometimes impossible, for smaller independent pizzerias and startups to adopt these industrial-grade machines. It's a significant financial barrier, no doubt.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine that. And it's not just the upfront cost, is it?
Yeah.
What about versatility? For certain specialty pizzas, like a true Neapolitan with its delicate, airy crust, or maybe a super thick deep dish. Do these machines handle everything? Or are there limitations with specific dough types and styles?
That's a key point you've landed on there.
Yeah.
Yes, certain types of dough and very specific pizza styles, like that chewy, airy Neapolitan crust you mentioned, or a really robust deep dish, which is almost like a pie, they often require very particular forming techniques. Not all machines are versatile enough to perfectly replicate those nuances. That can definitely limit their flexibility for, say, artisanal or highly specialized operations that pride themselves on unique textures.
Right.
And then on a practical level, you've got space constraints and the necessary utility hookups. Those also pose significant difficulties, especially for smaller places or maybe mobile food services like food trucks. Trying to integrate large or even semi-automatic machines into those kinds of compact spaces, that can be a real headache.
Okay, so it's clear these challenges present some pretty significant barriers, especially for smaller businesses. So how are manufacturers responding? What innovations are they rolling out to not just overcome these hurdles, but also maybe redefine the future of automated pizza making?
Well, the market is definitely moving forward. Some incredibly exciting trends emerging. One major one is technological advancement, specifically integrating automation with really smart controls. We're talking digital interfaces that allow for ultra-precise, programmable settings and even advanced sensors. Imagine machines equipped with, say, infrared sensors that can scan the dough's moisture content in real time, automatically adjusting kneading or pressure to ensure ideal elasticity. Or maybe AI-powered vision systems that can spot tiny tears or air bubbles in the dough sheet, stopping flawed bases before they hit the oven, minimizing costly waste. These enhancements, they lead to much greater precision and customization, which directly helps address some of those versatility issues we were just talking about.
That's incredible stuff. So with all that precision and customization, are these smart machines starting to blur the lines between mass production and what we traditionally think of as a, bespoke pizza? And related to that, is the market also becoming more accessible for those smaller operations we talked about earlier?
That's a fascinating question, and yes, absolutely. That accessibility push is another really strong emerging trend. There's a definite drive towards developing modular and compact pizza forming machines, designed specifically for small-scale or artisanal operations. And these aren't just smaller machines. Modular means they're designed so you could, say, start with a basic dough press. Then, as your business grows, you can easily add on automated saucing, cheese spreading, maybe even ingredient depositing units.
They're like building blocks.
Kind of like Lego blocks, exactly, without needing a whole new system. They offer the advantages of automation efficiency, consistency, but with a much lower initial cost and a significantly smaller footprint. That makes them far more accessible to a wider range of businesses. And finally, a crucial trend we're seeing, especially, in the wake of global health concerns, is an increased, almost obsessive emphasis on hygiene. Manufacturers are prioritizing things like seamless stainless steel designs, easily removable components. This isn't just about good practice, it's absolutely essential for ensuring compliance with really stringent food safety standards. And it facilitates easy, thorough cleaning in those high-volume production environments.
Cuts down on downtime too, I bet.
Exactly. Cuts down on downtime and makes operations much safer overall.
Wow, what a journey. From the sheer global demand driving these incredible innovations to the cost and versatility challenges faced by smaller players, and finally to these exciting advancements in smart controls, modular designs, and that hygiene-focused manufacturing. It's really clear the world of pizza production is far more complex and way more automated than most of us ever realize when we just, grab a slice.
Indeed it is. And it leaves us with a perhaps provocative thought to consider. As we see this increasing automation, this precision, and this relentless focus on hygiene in pizza production, how does this reshape our understanding or maybe our expectations of what artisan or handmade food truly means? Especially to us, the consumer, in a world where machines are becoming so incredibly capable.
That's a fantastic question to chew on, one that resonates far beyond just pizza, I think. Well, we hope this deep dive into the pizza forming machine market giving you some surprising new insights and maybe, just maybe, a fresh perspective on your next slice. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the topics that intrigue you most.